I strongly believe that all of us have the potential to create something amazing that'll benefit society and benefit just like everyone around you. It's just a matter of finding it and unlocking that potential. The everyday people in our lives can create amazing things, man. Have already created amazing things. There are people who live in third world countries that have created things out of everyday items to make life easier for people. There are people in Africa who have made bicycles out of just everyday stuff. There are people who have made windmills to power up a small village in, poverty-stricken countries. And children, I feel, they have so much creativity and imagination and time on their hands that they have great potential to create things. But the thing is, when we get older, we reduce our imagination and curiosity and ability to create things. Instead, we start becoming more of a consumer. We purchase stuff all the time online through Amazon and through other e-commerce websites. We just buy stuff all the time. We're constantly having to, pay bills and, pay mortgage and, consume a lot of stuff. Like we consume a lot of content online, right? Through social media, through YouTube, through all the stuff, Netflix. We've just become more of a consumer now, instead of becoming more of a producer. And I think we all need to hop back into the producing mindset, because that's what creates value for others. That's what creates originality. That's what makes us more content and happier, in a sense. That's what stimulates our brain. And it's been proven that people who are creative, people who create things, people who produce things, they are activating more stimulants in their synapses in their brain compared to someone who just consumes all the time. When you just consume all the time, you're not using your cognitive ability. You're not really using your brain as much. And over time, your brain just starts becoming smaller and smaller, right? And your brain, just like your body, if you don't use it, you lose it. You need to exercise your brain, not just through doing puzzles and playing chess or whatever and stuff like that. You also need to, there are also other ways to stimulate your brain and grow your brain, and that's by creating stuff. You could learn how to create a website. You could learn how to just purchase some Lego and build stuff with Lego. Create a table. Learn how to create a table with, using a how-to video on YouTube. Create something. Draw pictures. Tap back into that creative mindset. Because also, when you tap back into that creative mindset, you also could potentially create ideas for other things. You may also find your passion, what your purpose is in life, what you really want to do in life by being creative. And as human beings, we have the capability, we are given a brain, and the brain is still one of the most misunderstood things in the world. We don't fully understand how the brain works completely. And our brain is very powerful. Our brain is an amazing tool that allows us to do so much. So why not tap into that? Why not use our brain to create stuff, to produce stuff that could benefit others? And you don't even need to create things to help others. You can also just create things for yourself if you want. It's a great mind exercise to do. When I was younger, I used to create fantasy stories of my action figures. I used to create some sort of plot there were like the villains and there were the good guys, and then every single day the plot would change. I would use my little green toy soldiers, you know what I'm talking about, the little green plastic soldiers. I used to create battle scenarios in my bedroom, and every day I would visualize what would the scenario be the next day, what would happen to this particular group or characters. That was so much fun, and I knew I was activating my brain in a right way, in a healthy way. But then when I got older, as I matured and got older, I just kind of stopped being creative until recently. In the past, I guess, year or two, I started going back into drawing. I started drawing like anime characters, like my favorite anime characters. I started doing, writing, you know, journaling, and maybe creating short stories. That felt really good, and it just felt like so like natural, if you know what I mean. It just felt very natural. But when I just kept consuming and consuming, I felt less energy. I didn't feel motivated. I feel less happier. And then your passion and your drive goes away. You just keep consuming. And people who are, you know, you could say doing well in life, that are, you know, you would say financially successful, a lot of them, in a sense, have a creative mindset. They were able to find other avenues to create income, right? In order to get to where they want to be. But people who are complacent, who just want to stick to the, you know, comfortable life of just consuming, watching Netflix every day, after work, all this stuff, you really, you know, lose your potential, man. You're really not tapping into your true potential. You're not tapping into your original self. You're not tapping into your ability to be able to stimulate your brain in a right way, to be able to grow the brain the right way. So I challenge all of you to, if you haven't already, to start getting back to that creative side. Jot down some stuff that you want to try, new things that you want to build, or you want to create. Learn how to create a website. There's so much resources out there that teach you how to do that. Learn how to create a video game, a simple video game. Learn how to draw. Learn how to write a book. Create something original, something that's for you. And you can start off by, you know, something small. Something as simple as walking outside and looking at inspiration, trying to get inspiration from the stuff around you. And you can just write notes. Oh, I see a beautiful tree. Look at the colors of the tree. Look at the color of the leaves. Oh, nice. They're orange. They're yellow. How could maybe I could draw this. Stuff like that. Because a majority of us are just stuck in this consumerist lifestyle, or not even, like, you know, we just don't produce anymore. We don't create stuff anymore. And we just let other people create stuff for us. But I don't believe that as human beings, I don't believe we're supposed to be like that, man. I don't think that's natural. To just sit down like a mind-numbing robot and just take in shit around us without giving something back. And creating stuff is also in a way of giving service. It's like similar to volunteering, right? You're giving back to society. So when you create something or produce something, in a way, you're also giving back to the world. Because I promise you that a lot of the stuff that you could create, people would like it, man. You'd be surprised how amazed people would be by your product, by whatever you created. People need that stuff, man. People need that. I would love to be in a world where everyone around me is creating something and we're all sharing our ideas and also creating stuff together and producing stuff together. That's a wonderful place if everyone was like that. But not everyone is like that. There, you know, I've been in that situation many times before where I just didn't feel like creating stuff. I didn't feel like writing. I didn't feel like drawing. I don't feel like doing any of those things. And then over time, I just felt empty inside. Very empty inside. So yeah, create, not consume.